Carter Hayward says, "Love is a choice." Unitarian Universalists are deeply committed to choice, as you might have expected when you pass by the banner proclaiming loudly in our belief in reproductive choice on your way in this morning. But bigger than that, more expansive than that, we believe that choice is at the center of our ability to live our lives, to express our humanity, to make meaning. Choice illuminates possibility. Our lives, we believe, are not predestined. They are littered with choices. Our lives are not set up by someone or something else. We are the drivers of our own lives. It's a very powerful feeling. It can be a scary feeling, an overwhelming feeling, but it is liberating to have choice. It is a privilege to have choice. Much of Unitarian Universalist theology rests in the choices we make each day, each hour, each minute, the choices we make about how to be with one another, how to treat one another. They say that Unitarian Universalists are less concerned with the ultimate than with the intimate. Less concerned with something up there or down there, and more concerned with the person sitting next to you. Not so taken with the dogmatic, abstract concepts which guide behavior in some other faiths, but rather the person sitting next to you on the bus or standing on the corner or waiting on us at the restaurant, the choice we make and how to treat them. I have always been fascinated and invested in the concept of Christian love. Christian love, the kind of Christian love that Jesus taught about how to love the stranger, love the other. Hebrews chapter 13, verse 1, "Keep on loving one another as brother and sisters. Do not forget to show hospitality to strangers." How odd it seems, that task of loving a stranger. I think about it often, and I usually end up with questions about, what does that love look like that you extend to a stranger? Is it the love I enact between myself and my mother and my father, for whom I dropped everything to rush and be by their side when my dad needed an emergency triple bypass? Is it that love of urgent and immediate care? Is that what I should offer? Is it the love I feel for my wife, who I cherish and value for the richness she adds to my days, for the love between us? Is it the selfless love I experience with my child, who I let pick my nose and throw food on the floor? When Jesus says, "Keep on loving one another as brothers and sisters," how might I love a stranger as I love my sister? Love is a conversion to humanity, Carter Hayward says. Love is a conversion to humanity, the choice to participate in the human family. The quality of all that love I listed is that I see these people in my life, those I declare a deep love for, I see them as people. When we extend love to strangers, we discover that they are not so strange after all. They are people just as we are, born as we are born, destined to die as we will die, who need laughter and rest and coffee and encouragement. Martin Luther King Jr., who we will honor after service today, he wrote a lot about love and loving the stranger. He was very concerned with what he saw as the proliferation of depersonalization. This idea that our society and our world encourages us to be isolated from one another, to be cold and hard-hearted. He writes, "The hard-hearted person never truly loves. He only engages in a crass utilitarian love, which sees other people mainly in relationship to their usefulness to him. He ends up as an isolated island with no outpouring of love to link him with the mainland of humanity. The hard-hearted individual never sees people as people. He only sees them as objects, impersonal cogs in an ever-turning wheel. We are told that love and humanity are linked. Love and humanity, the mainland of humanity, the conversion to humanity, that this is the choice we are being asked to make. Decide to love the stranger. Decide to be a part of the human family. Reject seeing other people as merely objects or obstacles or tools or disposable. Instead, try seeing them as indispensable to your life, this life, that you would be as broken and bereft as if it were your own kin should they pass away. The work of loving as a Unitarian Universalist, the ongoing demand is to try and want for others what you would want for yourself, what you would want for your most beloved, your most cherished. When you look at the stranger, the family that moved in down the street, the kid who just joined your class mid-year, the sanitation workers who take away your trash, do you want for them as you would want for your own mother, for your cousin? Do you want them to experience love and safety and support and justice and access to opportunity and the best doctors and the cleanest water? Would you fight tooth and nail for yourself or for them as you would your own kid? See No Stranger is the title of activist Valerie Kaur's memoir and her manifesto of sorts. See No Stranger opens with a story from the Sikh tradition, which I'll share with you now. She tells of Guru Nanak, the first teacher of the Sikh faith. 5 centuries ago, the story begins halfway around the world in a village on the banks of a river in Punjab on the Indian subcontinent. There lived a young man named Nanak. He was deeply troubled by the violence he saw around him, Hindus and Muslims in turmoil. One day he disappeared for 3 whole days. People feared he was dead, that he had drowned. But Nanak emerged on the 3rd day with a vision of oneness, Ik Onkar, the oneness of humanity and of the world. This vision threw him into a state of ecstatic wonder, Vismaad, and he began singing songs of devotion called Shabads, praising the divine within him and around him. In other words, he was in love. Love made him see with new eyes. Everyone around him was a part of him that he did not yet know. I see no stranger, said Guru Nanak. I see no enemy. He taught that all of us could see the world this way, that there is a voice inside each of us, Haumai, the I that names itself as separate from you. It resides in a bowl, which holds our individual consciousness, but separateness is an illusion, Guru Nanak teaches. When we choose to be quiet, that bowl breaks, and we taste the sweet nectar of truth. We are part of one another. We can choose. We can choose to remember our interconnectedness, to see no stranger, the truth that we belong to one another. And now we have the truth offered to us from the Christian faith, from the Episcopals, a female priest, from the Sikh tradition, a Black Baptist preacher, from 50 years ago and 500 years ago, a truth that begins to ring universal through the ages. We can choose. We can choose to love one another deeply and with commitment, with a sincere hope for the best of each of us, for prayers that each and every beating heart on this planet, from Ohio to the West Bank of Gaza, from Turkey to South Africa, from West Philadelphia to Oakland, California, from the pew in front of you to the screen next to your face. We can choose to know and grow the fierce love of this faith. It is the work of a lifetime, never to be completed and never to be mastered, but an attempt each day to remember the truth. We belong to one another, and it is our sacred choice to act as such. Blessed be, and amen.
Hi, I'm Reverend Hannah Capaldi.
And I'm Reverend Abby Tennis. We are the ministers at the First Unitarian Church of Philadelphia, where our mission is to awaken love and justice in our lives and in the world.
We're so grateful that you watched, and we hope that the sermon connected with your soul.
We also want to invite you to join us for a live worship service every Sunday at 11 a.m. Eastern Time. You can always find the link to that service on our website at www.philauu.org. In these services, you'll hear words like you've just heard, and you also get a chance to greet one another, pray together, sing together, and we even hold a virtual coffee hour after services to get a chance to greet some new and old friends.
If you want to support the mission of this community and you feel moved to give, you can do so by going to the website that Reverend Abby just mentioned. You can find that link below, or you can text 215-709-5095 and follow the prompts to give.
If someone in your life needs to hear these words today, we encourage you to share this video. And again, thank you so much for watching.
We hope to see you soon.